Oh, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they cautious, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he codes with focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top dog, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they want to call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes, I'm the kingpin.
What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Yes, sir, man. God dang, man. What a weekend of boxing. Man, your boy, let me see, make sure my mic hooked up. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, man. Anthony Joshua, man. He surprised me, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. He surprised me, man. He did way better than I thought. You know what I'm saying? You seen my video where, you know what I'm saying, I thought he was gonna go out there and get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell he put in some work and he really showed me that, you know what I'm saying, he can, you know what I'm saying, he can go 12 rounds, you know what I'm saying? Because I damn sure didn't think, what's going on, Bruce? Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's going on, bro? Greeks with Fire, Darren Maple, how y'all doing? And he really surprised me, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Usyk was, putting it on his ass, don't get me wrong, but, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Joshua was in the fight. And I was really amazed by that because I thought he was going to run out of gas around about the fourth round, you know what I'm saying? And then he'd be, getting hit and trying to hold on and get knocked out. And he really, really, really impressed me with his head movement and, given as it was, you know what I'm saying? It's Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? He relies on a lot of brute strength and, you know what I'm saying? That uppercut, you know what I'm saying? And he knocks your ass on up out of there. But since the Andy Ruiz fight, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't had that same kind of confidence, you know what I'm saying? To rush in there and bulldoze you. That's what he needed against Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't box a boxer, you know what I'm saying? You especially when you're a powerful, heavy dude like Anthony Joshua. And I thought at times in that fight, Anthony Joshua, if he just would have, when he had Usyk bent over, right? Sometimes he put his arm over his head and he just would have crushed him with his weight. If he would have continually did that from round one, he would have won that fight because Usyk he was tired, bro. He was tired, especially Anthony Joshua had implemented the body work that he was doing, man. I was like, damn, Anthony, he got a really good game plan going. He had a really good game plan going in that fight. And he was in there. But all he had to do was press the gas. But see, if he would have pressed the gas early, then he wouldn't have had nothing left. And he probably would have got knocked out. And that was the difference, you know what I'm saying? Because when he did assert himself, he had Usyk hurt and buzzed quite a few times in the fight. And I was just like amazed, I was like looking out, like, look at Anthony move his head, But then when he got tired, that's the problem with Anthony Joshua. When he get tired, his technique fall apart. He be kind of like doing it. He stopped bending his knees and he was getting caught with all the jabs and he was, he can't adjust. He can't adjust in the fight like other fighters, he's got to go by that game plan. And if that game plan, is not working, then he can't make the adjustments like Usyk did. And to me, Usyk, because of his boxing IQ, the dude is on another level. He can do whatever he wants in there because he's used to boxing and figuring and critical thinking. And he was slipping in that left hand on Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua, he didn't make no adjustments from that. He kept getting caught. He'll distract him with the right. Then then Usyk would just fall in with the left and then with the up jab. And he was catching Anthony Joshua with the same shit all night long. He was catching him with the same shit. And I was like, Anthony, bro, He's doing the same shit, but when Usyk got buzzed, when he got caught coming in, Anthony never pressed the action, or when he tried to, he wasn't fast enough to get Usyk, because he definitely caught Usyk a few times in the fight. And, I just thought, damn, what happened to Anthony finishing ability? He used to be able to go in there and he would had the confidence to go in there and try to finish your ass. And Anthony was good at putting them punches together, but he, if he didn't get you, he was gonna be in trouble. But he didn't want to go all out like that. I believe a few times if he would have went all in, he would have knocked Usyk ass out. And Usyk was looking kind of raggedy in there, but then he had the fortitude to get that second and third win, just to have enough movement, to keep Anthony Joshua resetting and off balance. And that was the difference, Usyk movement, his boxing, his ring IQ, his ring generalship, and Anthony Joshua just going at that one simple speed, and that speed got slower and slower. So he tried to pick it up a little bit at the end, but when he would catch Usyk, like in the eighth round, and the ninth round, so he only had spurts of success, but he didn't have nothing behind it. I saw times where he caught Usyk and, Usyk started, being able to, withstand the punching power. And I was just like, damn, Anthony gas tank is low and he just can't turn it up to the next level. Sometimes he would, throw a really good, hard, fast shot and nothing else came after it. And I was like, damn, I said, if Anthony could put two good punches together, he would get Usyk ass up out of there. But Usyk is a tough, durable dude. He actually has a chin because Anthony cracked him a few times in the fight. And I was just like, damn, if Anthony had any kind of stamina, this fight would be over. This fight would be over, but he just couldn't do it, man. He just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm proud, of Anthony Joshua, even though, he didn't give Deontay Wilder his shot, because I was kind of like, pissed off about that, about him not giving Wilder, his opportunity. And but as you can see, he's not a complete fighter in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's limited at what he can do. You know, he's got to stick close to that game plan. And I didn't really see where Robert Garcia, you know what I'm saying, was giving him the proper, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, advice, you know what I'm saying, against Usyk. I mean, I didn't, you know, they didn't have a lot of the ring corner talk to see how Robert Garcia was guiding him. And but I thought it was a pretty good game plan because you see those body shots had Usyk jacked up. You know what I'm saying? He was really, you know what I'm saying, you know, and I think it was more of the movement because he was just bouncing all over the damn place. And that's what you got to do against a fighter like Anthony Joshua because he's not really going to come out and get you. He's not really going to come out and put that pressure on you like he did in the first part of his career. You know, when he fought, you know what I'm saying, Charles Martin, when he, you know, he fought those guys, you know what I'm saying, he would come out and get you, you know what I'm saying? But this Anthony Joshua is trying to be a damn boxer and that shit was just kind of crazy. I'm like, why is he sitting up here trying to box this dude? And even though he didn't look half bad at the beginning, but eventually Usyk was going to get that rhythm going, and then he was going to start timing and doing, you know, changing it up. And you know, he knew Anthony Joshua wasn't going to be able to keep up. So that's why my prediction was Anthony Joshua come out there and press him for about 4 or 5 rounds and get his ass up out of there before Usyk could, you know what I'm saying, get his timing and make his adjustments and stuff and switch it up on him. And you know, Anthony, he just calculating slow these days, you know what I'm saying? And you know, at the end of you know what I'm saying, at the end, you know what I'm saying, when everything was done, you know what I'm saying, you could see Anthony put in a lot of work and he just kind of cracked at the end, you know what I'm saying? He just didn't know what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? He had an emotional, you know, moment where, you know, he couldn't believe he lost. And I'm just like, you know, to most hardcore boxing fans, we're like, yeah, nigga, we knew you was gonna lose. But you know, said to him, he's just shocked that he lost the fight. And I just don't understand, you know, so he knew Usyk was, you know, the more skilled boxer. You know what I'm saying? So how in the world did he think he was gonna go out there and outbox this guy? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not like, I mean, you saw how slow his punches were, you know what I'm saying? Like if you look back at all the heavyweights, right? You see how fast, you know what I'm saying, they're able to throw combinations, you know. I mean, Anthony shit is like super slow, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you could see the way Usyk was just tapping down his jab, coming over his jab, going between his jab. You know what I'm saying? I was just frustrated. I was like, bro, you got to switch it up. You got to switch the speed up on your shit. He's just predicting what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And he's tapping down your shit and then he's splitting it and with the up jab and just touching you at times, you know. So he got outsmarted by Usyk because you know he's the boxer with the higher IQ. And I just, you know, I felt bad for Anthony Joshua because I don't know why in the world with all that power and all that, you know what I'm saying, you know, just all that brute strength, why is he up there trying to play boxing with this dude when he know he can't outbox him? So, you know, that's something that I think Robert Garcia, you know what I'm saying, I put that on Robert Garcia and that team, you know what I'm saying, because they should have known better than allow Anthony Joshua to go out there and try to win a damn boxing match against a master boxer, you know what I'm saying, an outboxer like Usyk, you know what I'm saying. So Usyk, you know what I'm saying, even though he is the master boxer, at times he did, you know what I'm saying, look like he was in a lot of trouble, especially at the end. You know, he was just going to the ropes and Anthony Joshua, you know, he capitalized a couple of times by throwing combinations to Usyk body. But if he could have just had a consistent, sustained attack, you know what I'm saying, and use his weight, he just don't know how to frame up dudes. You know what I'm saying? He just let the dude grab him, and you know, he let Usyk grab him and clinch him, and you know, at times Usyk was throwing Anthony Joshua off because that's how you knew he was tired. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony Joshua would fall in and try to get a breather, and you know, Usyk would just shove his ass off because he knew he had him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this Anthony just don't have no, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what it is, bro. But his boxing his ring IQ isn't that good. You know what I'm saying? His ring IQ. I mean, he has talent. Don't get me wrong. He has certain gifts, but his ring IQ, how to hide certain things that you have to hide in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Hide when you're hurt, hide when you're tired. You know, so he can't do it. And then he's so casual with everything that he does. You know what I'm saying? He's so nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? And when he went back to the corner, his legs are wide open, his arms are on the ropes. He just looked like he's exhausted. You know what I'm saying? And man, he have no gamemanship when it comes. He has no gamemanship when it comes to the fight itself. But with all that said, he was in the post conference. You know what I'm saying? And you can see the emotion. You know what I'm saying, on Anthony Joshua. So it's hard to kind of kick him when he's down and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because he's humbled himself a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same dude that Wilder wanted to fight. He's not that same arrogant guy. He's grown a lot in the sport. And what I'm saying, I commend him because once you get defeated, once you get beat, it's hard to come back and face the dude that beat you. You know what I'm saying? So I give him a lot of credit for that. Um, Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? And he did improve. You know what I'm saying? He went the whole 12, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you would expect what's going on, Dub? What's going on? He said, chat, what's going on right now? Hopefully I can jump. Oh, okay. Oh, no problem. hmm Yeah, so but to me, you know what I'm saying, he gave it his all, and you could tell by his reaction, you know what I'm saying, that he put a lot into this fight. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to get those belts back. And you could tell at the end, you know what I'm saying, he's messing with the belts and putting them over the ropes. And I'm just like, what is he doing? And he comes back and he gives that little spiel, you know what I'm saying, uh, about Usyk and him being a champion. And I'm like, what in the hell is Anthony Joshua talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I could tell he was just dealing with the emotion of the loss. I think he went to the locker room and came back and did that. And he just kind of broke down in the post conference. And I was like, this dude really, really wanted to win this fight. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It showed that, he really, he's really, committed. He just didn't have what it take to beat Alexander Usyk, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, you know what I mean? I just thought that you know, he looked great, to me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, I know I didn't get this prediction wrong. I was like, because Anthony, man, he was, his jab was working at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Him going to the body was working. But, once Usyk, you know what I'm saying, got his timing, and once Usyk saw that he couldn't come out and get him, and he just, did his thing. He went in and he went outside. Anthony, you know what I'm saying, had to take his time, you know what I'm saying, and try to set him up, but he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just way too slow. Um, Usyk is just a better boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's just a smarter, better boxer. And I don't know what's next for Anthony Joshua. Um, he, what I'm saying, he still got options now. He can fight Wilder. I mean, he can fight Wilder, and they both taking losses. You know what I'm saying? Wilder losing to Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, going out on his shield. And you know what I'm saying, Anthony, you know what I'm saying, they can make it happen. But I don't think, after this loss, I don't think Eddie Hearn would want to put Anthony Joshua in the ring with a Deontay Wilder right now. You know what I'm saying? Because that boy take another loss, he gonna take a damn knockout loss to Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And but we do got to see how Deontay Wilder look. You know what I'm saying? I believe Deontay Wilder still got a lot left. If he's not fighting Tyson Fury, Fury is an anomaly in boxing, being 6'9", 280 pounds, and with a reach, you know what I'm saying, with a ridiculous reach. I forgot what his reach is, but I know it's ridiculous. So he got the reach of a gorilla. And you know what I'm saying? So if he's not fighting Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, I think Deontay Wilder should be okay versus Robert Helenas. You know what I'm saying? They familiar with each other. That was his sparring partner. And you know what I'm saying? So he should be able to deal with Robert Helenas, but that fight is going to tell us where Deontay Wilder is. You know what I'm saying? So he's training for that fight, and I could see, I would like to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. I think that'd be a cool ass fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit would be. I think it still would be the bomb. Now that they both taken a couple of losses, they don't have the egos involved. There's no belts involved. I think that would be a hell of a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? They both can make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I could see that opportunity happening for both of those guys. Um, you know what I'm saying? So, Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. So, I saw him up there, crying on the post conference and everything. I was like, man, nobody really expected you to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of, I was rooting for the guy. To tell you the truth, it don't sound like it, but you know, I had a lot of angst when he didn't make the Deontay Wilder fight, but I was rooting for him in this fight, and I wanted to see him win the belts. But there was no guarantees that Anthony Joshua would fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? If he got the belts back, and I don't know if he would have went in that direction. You know what I'm saying? He probably, you know how they do over there in the UK. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do everything they can to keep the belts over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's happening?
What's up, bro? What's up,
Yeah.
bro? I'm in this motherfucker. Can you hear me good?
Mm, yeah.
All right, I'm using these AirPods right now. My wife told me the AirPods work better.
Mm. So you caught the fight?
Man, yeah, I'm gonna put them videos up tonight though. I got videos of every fight off that card, and I
Hmm.
and I thought Badu Jack was about to get him another draw. Should have got another draw. They cheated though. Hey, it's something
Hmm.
about Badu Jack, man. All his fights are draws, man.
He
Like
fights down to the. He fights to the competition, man. He fights to the competition. To the
he should
the level of the
he should have
competition.
honestly he should have lost that fight or got a draw. But they gave him that extra minute in the last round. That's what gave him the ups to win that fight.
Hmm.
Because
What's going on, Anthony
the
Jones? Go ahead, bro.
the scorekeeper gave them an extra minute, and then
Hmm.
that extra minute, that's when he was able to do his best work in the whole fight. That was the best work he did the whole fight. So see, the dude fought the whole fight, but then it was an extra minute put on there to get Badu Jack get that win. You know,
Hmm. Well,
and they ain't gonna go ahead.
Badu. He been around for a long fucking time. So
Yeah,
shit.
Floyd made that man rich.
Hmm.
Floyd made him rich, even though I always thought he was a mediocre fighter, honestly, though. I never really
Yeah.
seen the hype behind Badu Jack. Like, 'cause every big fight that he got in, it was either a loss or a draw. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out, like, what was the hype behind him? Like, I still don't
Well,
know.
Badu Jack, he's just a really good, what I'm saying, fundamental sound dude, tough, what I'm saying. He gonna take it to you, you know what I'm saying, and
Don't he got to win,
anybody
though?
say what now? Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah, you do,
I
yeah,
mean,
but yeah. Go ahead.
but he always come up short, though. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I don't really be seeing what's the damn
but
hype of him because he always comes up short.
didn't Sean Porter fall short?
Yeah, but Sean Porter at least made it look. But Sean Porter
Yeah,
also got some big wins in there too. Even though he got
well,
a controversial one against Ugas, but he beat Danny Garcia. He beat Adrian Broner. I mean, so he got some wins under there. But if you look at
yeah.
Badu Jack, what's his most signature win?
Shit, I couldn't even tell you, bro.
Exactly. But they
Leave
steady
Badu
hollering.
Jack alone, man. He's Canadian, man. He's a Canadian brother. We ain't got many,
Yeah,
representing there. You know what I'm
I can tell why.
saying?
I
so,
think Drake
so,
would have did better in that ring.
so, what you got on Anthony Joshua, man? This is a lot, bro.
Oh man, shit. He had a complete meltdown after the fight, but I'm gonna tell you why. I respect Joshua the way he fought though.
Uh
Like
huh.
Anthony Joshua, that was the best fight I've seen him fight. Even against
Hmm.
his win against Vitaly Klitschko, all them fights right there. Anthony Joshua, if you sit there and watch that fight, that was his most lasered in focused fight that he had. Where he was going against the best person that he's ever fought against as well, though. But
Mm-hmm.
he broke down because as a man, when you realize that another man is just better than you, no matter what you do, like he was laser focused in through a training camp. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he was rupturing Usyk with some big shots, especially in the ninth round. And Usyk just ate it. Like that's why Joshua was like, "How did you beat me?" You know, like he was hitting
Mm-hmm.
that man with everything but the kitchen sink. It's just sometimes you out there and it's just somebody that just has your number. Like
Mm-hmm.
like Holyfield was a man, but you know he got that one win on Riddick Bowe, but you see Bo got him the other two times. Like sometimes a person just has your number. Like Adam Kowalski, you know Robert Helenius just had that man's number. You know Adam Kowalski was undefeated till he fought Helenius, and he lost both times back to back to him. Just like Eric Morales, Barrera just people just have your number sometimes. And
Yeah.
Joshua, I felt like Joshua he gassed out in that last round. I had it scored 5-7. I felt like if Joshua would have got that last round, I'd have gave it a draw. But Usyk just he found another gear, and Joshua
Yeah.
was catching him. He was catching the man, but he wasn't following up with it. Like he's enamored with his power. He not realizing this man has thrown over 700 punches, bro. You gonna have to fight with him. You gotta throw with him. You gonna have to when you hit him and hurt him. Don't just sit back. Keep going. Keep pressing. Like in the ninth round, even though he did some foul shit when he was hammer fisting the man in the head and everything. But that's what you got to do. He was hammer fisting the hell out of Usyk about. I know he hammer fisted that man about 7, 8 times, man. But
Hey, Anthony
sometimes
thought
you
he was in
gotta
the
get dirty.
he thought he was in the UFC and shit.
Yeah, I thought he was damn motherfucking what's the dude name? Abel that Avasian guy. I thought he was David. I mean, what's the dude name? The
David
dude that
Avenesian. Oh,
nah the
you talking
big
about
guy.
UFC?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know none of them dudes over there, bro.
yeah, yeah. Well, I thought he was that big dude up there. He looked like the dudes that be fighting with Conor McGregor and then just hammer fisting the man, make him tap out. He was tagging Uber's head right there, but Uber fought through. But see, AJ, he should have got started on that body a little earlier.
Yeah.
Because out of the sixth round, when he was catching Usyk in the body, them shits was hurt. He
Yeah,
should have been more.
he was doing a good job too. He was doing a good job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have pressed the gas. Like him, he started off the first two rounds good, but then he just gets in that low. But his stamina was the best I've seen it in all his fights. And he had determination, like he went out there to win the fight.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Out of all his fights, that was the best AJ, even better than the Klitschko. Because
Mm-hmm.
AJ had the stamina. He was getting hit with big shots and he was walking through them too. And that's when I was like, okay, AJ coming to win. He walking through shots. And but
Mm-hmm.
Usyk was like walking through even bigger shots though. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, AJ just
And he was doing damn good too, until he get tired, and then he don't take shots that well. You know what I'm saying?
what
You
I
know.
say what I said the night before on your show though.
Mm-hmm.
I said fatigue is the biggest coward maker of everybody. I said once he get that fatigue, it's gonna be different. Now at the 10th round, it was tied 5-5 at the 10th round. Usyk won them last two rounds. They gave him 7-5 win. But AJ should have realized this 6 minutes right here is the last 6 minutes of the rest of your life. And see, this is what Usyk did in the first fight. He took over the championship rounds. That's why they call it the championship rounds because the championship rounds will make or break the fight. And what you do in that championship round will determine what the judges see. It's the last thing that you leave in the judge's mind. You feel what I'm saying? Like the judges, it's the last thing they see when they get there and they calculate the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to give them a good showing after that.
What's up,
And Joshua
T20?
just fell short. He just fell
Mm-hmm.
short.
Yeah, I mean, Usyk, what I'm saying, he was just, he could make adjustments, but Anthony couldn't make no adjustments, bro. He got to go according to what he's learned in training. You know what I'm saying? He can't, Usyk could adjust to him, but Anthony Joshua couldn't adjust to what Usyk was doing. Once he switched it up, and you could just see, Anthony was doing the same shit over and over, and Usyk just switched it up on him a little bit and start, what I'm saying, distracting him with the right and then falling in with the left with the up jab was killing him all night long. I was like, Anthony, you got to learn, bro. You got to learn from that, bro. And he couldn't do it. He just kept
Well,
doing his same little technique. Go ahead.
that's one thing about Joshua. He don't know how to make adjustments, and everybody say his boxing IQ. His boxing IQ low as shit. I'm gonna just come out and say
That-
it. He
That's
has a
that's
low
what I,
ass.
that's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah, there's no way you gonna hit Floyd Mayweather with the same shot. Like if you catch Floyd with a good shot, ask Shane Mosley, ask Zab Judy. You're not gonna catch Floyd with the same shots you just caught him with. And
hmm
Joshua just kept getting his head popped back by it. I'm like, damn. And
boom,
like
look at
then
that
when
damn
Usyk
uppercut.
started, and then Usyk
Overhand
started,
right.
and Usyk started hitting that man with damn 7 and 8 piece combos. I'm like, hold the fuck up, dog. Like, there's no, there's no way a man's supposed to hit you with a 7 piece combo, man, and then rip off a 4 piece right behind it. But like I said, Joshua, he should have went more to that body because if you notice, it was visibly hurting Usyk. Like Usyk won't keep taking them shots. And if he would have started that a little bit earlier, that's what Robert Garcia had planned. But Joshua, you know, I don't know what he was thinking. But Garcia was giving him good plans in the corner. But it was sometimes that Joshua just wasn't first. When Joshua was popping off 3 jabs and then going to the body, he was successful. But when he's
hmm
standing there and he's sitting there waiting for the feints and everything, that's when he get caught up looking at the feints, and that's when Usyk lets his hands go. And see, if I was his trainer, what I would have told him, fuck them feints right there, concentrate on the middle of his body, rip shots right there. Because the
hmm
head can move this way and that way, but you can't move your whole body. And that body's a big target. I would just had him paint that body the whole night. If you break that body down, then the head will follow. So you
hmm
know, Josh was so used to knocking people out as a headhunter. He ain't never really knocked nobody out by the body. And see, that's a big misconception most people have in boxing. The body is the best place to knock somebody out from because the body ain't gonna hurt your hand. You hurt your hand hitting a person in the head. And the body, you know, you gotta be real tough to take a good body shot. You
And,
can
look-
take
and look-
headshots all day, it's the hardest part of the body. What you saying, brother?
I was just saying, look at this here clip how Usyk just knows Anthony Joshua's tired, and he's just taking chances by going inside the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And look at him. I mean, it's just like he just was waiting for Anthony to run out of gas, man. You know,
Yeah, but
check
you,
this
you
out.
notice when Joshua was the round before that. But see,
hmm
Usyk was answering back. 'Cause you remember the round before that, Joshua was on his ass. And see, I think Joshua had took the lead in the ninth round. He was up 5-4 because you know Joshua won the first 2 rounds. Then Usyk
Oh
won.
yeah.
Then Usyk won the rest. And then Joshua he called him in the damn ninth and stuff. But yeah, but he started hitting Usyk, and you notice when he started hitting him with them hard body shots. Notice how Usyk stopped throwing as much and started circling. All he was doing was circling.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, he just kept pivoting. He was hurt. And see, Joshua didn't cut that fucking ring off. Now, if you
Nope.
would got up there and
Not at
cut that
all.
ring off, if you would have cut that ring off and stopped that man from pivoting, he would have stopped that man. I seen it. Usyk was dazed after he had got that 2 to the body and that 1 to the head. And Joshua, as big as you is, that man ain't supposed to be able to tie you up. There's no way he's supposed to be able to tie you up.
hmm
He's supposed to. And Joshua, he kept doing a lot of other stuff, hitting off the break. You see that every time they
Yeah.
break, he hit him off the
Yeah,
break.
he was frustrated. He was frustrated. You
That's
know.
why I said Joshua doing a lot of shady stuff. But hey, I'm with the shady shit. You feel me? It's all part of boxing. Bernard Hopkins used to be the
Yeah.
best at it. He was a dirty boxer. But you know,
Well, he wasn't
they
dirty
all,
enough though. If you're gonna be dirty, you know what I'm saying? Because you
if
saw
you want to be
some of the
dirty, be
times,
dirty.
right? You see how he put his hand on the top of Usyk's head at times. That shit tired Usyk ass out. He was tired as shit when Anthony would lean on him, but he would just let up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what are you doing? Keep doing that. If he would have did that from round one with those body shots, the dude would have got Usyk up out of there. Because Usyk was dead tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Usyk just sucked it up. He just found the second win, and he knew all he had to do was out. Look at here. Look at here. You see Usyk tired as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he know Anthony Joshua ain't the dude that's gonna put that pressure on. If all he had to do was keep consistent pressure on Usyk, but he just don't have that gear like he was saying. And Usyk knew, you know what I'm saying, he got the hand speed to keep touching AJ. And like you say, he got a low ring IQ. You know what I'm saying? So Anthony
AJ
just
like a big dumb dunce. Like he like one of them big dumb retarded people, bro. Like I hate to say it, part of my language about the retarded, but he like one of them big slow people that just follow you around like yeah. So like so easy a caveman can do it. You feel me?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
'cause
And
he don't make no adjustments. All his fights, if you go back and look at AJ fights, he win them off brute strength. He don't
yeah.
have no finesse with his game. It's just all brute strength. And that's why I said if AJ get in there with a boxer, he gonna be exposed. And
Hmm.
usually his brute strength could damn outlast. Like people say Deontay Wilder ain't a boxer. But no matter what, from 1 round to 12 rounds, you have to watch that shot though. Because even
Mm.
though he might not be the best boxer, all it takes is 1 second for him to win. Because he has that daggone equalizer. And
And what
AJ,
about go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead, brother.
No, I
Go
was just
ahead.
gonna say what do you thought about his reflexes, bro? AJ reflexes, bro. I mean, you
They've
know,
always
he
been there.
just hmm
See, what y'all better realize, his reflexes has always been slow, bro. Like I've been critical on AJ for years. What do you think Vitaly Klitschko old ass knocked him down? AJ has a slow reflexes. Most of these typical heavyweights have slow reflexes. But then you got people like Big Baby Anderson, you got Deontay Wilder, you got Usyk, you got Tyson Fury. You know, these are more athletic ones.
right.
Like you seen AJ reflexes versus Andy Ruiz. That's how Andy Ruiz, you know, he was able to get to him because AJ's slow and Andy had fast
Well,
hands.
Andy Ruiz fast now. Yeah, I'm finna say
That's what I'm saying. He got fast
yeah.
hands.
He got
So
fast
with
ass
AJ
hands.
being slow, and Andy Ruiz having fast hands, that was a damn market for disaster off the gate.
Right.
Like that was already a messed up situation. And if Eddie Hearn would have paid attention to that, he wouldn't even made that fight. But Eddie Hearn, he's one of the worst matchmakers in boxing. He is. He tries so hard to be so daggone relevant, and he's obscured in irrelevance for real. Like he destroyed Kell Brook. He's steady messing up people, man. He's steady messing up. Like he messed up Canelo. Like Canelo versus Bivol, people wouldn't know that was dumb. Like the way Eddie Hearn market his moves his people, it's just like he's like one of the rich bankers, right? Like the son of a banker, they use the bank as his own personal piggy bank. You feel me? Like
Right.
doing stuff without regard and disposition to the next person. Oh well, if I messed up, we just do it to somebody else. We can scratch it and try it again. You know,
Yeah.
like he don't be really serious about these people. He don't care about nobody but himself. He the wolf from Wall Street from England, and that's why he always want to be front row and everybody know him instead of his boxers. It's bad when you see more Eddie Hearn than you see of his boxers.
hmm
I think his problem is he wish he could box, but he didn't want to take the punishment.
Yeah, because you know that's what he tried to turn himself into. Looked like he always wanted to be more finesse than power. You know what I'm saying? T_20 says Usyk game plan was to keep responding to AJ until he gassed out, which was a stupid plan. Um, you know, Smooth Will, what's going on, Smooth Will? He says, so disappointed in Joshua. He said, we all thought he could be the next British heavyweight champion following Lennox Lewis. He said, and to stoop to this is truly sad. Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
know, tell you the truth, I was glad to see him have some passion because he always so
yeah, that's what I'm
nonchalant.
saying. That was his best fight. Like I don't take shit away
Right.
from Joshua in the fight. Like if
hmm
anything, he raised his stock with me on this fight right here. because out of all his fights, out of all his wins, all his losses, this was the more complete Anthony Joshua that I've ever seen. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was more complete, but he was fighting against a more supremely class fighter. So you can't get mad if somebody losing to the best. But
Right.
the fact that they can get in there with the best and be super competitive, that's a measuring stick right there.
Yeah.
That's just
You
like if
know.
Bud is, that's just like when Bud and Spence get in the ring. You can't take shit away from Bud after Spence knocks him out. Like you can't because Bud was in there with the best. Like you can't get mad at it. Mikey Garcia, 4 division champ. You can't take nothing away from him because Spence stopped. I mean, did him like that. Ugas, retired legendary Manny Pacquiao. Gave Omar Figueroa his first loss. You can't take nothing away from Ugas because he was in there with the best. And when people go in
Mm-hmm.
there with the best, you can't hold it against them. Canelo Alvarez's biggest fight, his biggest claim to victory and fame was losing to the best. He lost to Floyd
Yep.
Mayweather and that skyrocketed him. Usyk Pitbull Cruz, all his wins meant nothing. But when he lost to Javante Tank Davis, that's when you notice them. See, you can get more. It's a in the defeat. There's still a victory.
Yeah.
It's on how you competed in the defeat. Just
Yeah.
like
I
Deontay
agree.
Wilder lost, just like Deontay Wilder lost the fight 3 to Tyson Fury. The guts and the heart that Deontay Wilder displayed in fight 3
Mm-hmm.
cemented him as a legacy in boxing. That's what I'm saying. People can lose and still win. If y'all
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying, you can lose and
No,
still
no,
win.
you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
And I was
Because
talking
like
to
you said,
people.
oh
I know you
yeah, like
understand it, bro.
oh yeah, man. Like I said before earlier, I said Anthony Joshua. Before, what I'm saying, he was winning on brute strength and the confidence that he was bigger and stronger than everybody. Then once he got popped by a boxer with some skills that could get it in with Andy Ruiz, he had to switch it up. It just broke down his confidence, so he had to rebuild himself. So, what I'm saying, he's tried to find he had lost his identity, what I'm saying? So he had to find himself again. And I think he did a hell of a job, what I'm saying, getting his boxing skills together. But it's almost like you could tell, what I'm saying, he had to go back to the drawing board. It's just that he didn't have the intangibles to go along with being a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the gas tank needed. He didn't have that killer instinct that he had before, when he was rushing folks in there and throwing a bunch of punches and power punches and getting them up out of there. He didn't have that. That was missing. See, the old Anthony Joshua, that's what he needed. You know what I'm saying? In this fight, he didn't need this Anthony Joshua that's more refined, but he was a more complete boxer. You know what I'm saying? He boxed good well enough to lose. You know what I'm saying? When he needed the other killer gorilla, you know what I'm saying, to go in there and just disrespect Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Because Usyk don't have enough punching power, in my opinion, to get you up out of there. That was the dude to walk down, cut the ring off, and knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude. If the Anthony before he got his confidence broken, I think would have beat Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Usyk would have had nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? He would have been doing all that shit, getting tired, and Anthony Joshua would have been running in there until he, you know what I'm saying? If Anthony wouldn't have got Usyk, you know what I'm saying, before he got knocked out, what's going on, bro?
What's the deal with it?
Yeah, man. What you got? What you got on this fight? This Anthony Joshua fight?
Oh yeah, man. I seen the fight, man, live. I bought it or whatever the case may be. To be honest with you, so I thought that Joshua could have won if uh maybe he would have came in at maybe 228, 229.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was parts of the fight. I don't know, because it looked like maybe Joshua worked on throwing the right uppercut in the gym. You can
Mm-hmm.
see him kind of maybe trying to counter, because you could tell he worked on the right uppercut to the body, but I could tell he probably did a right uppercut to the chin too in the gym. But it was like,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it was like his arms, he was like swinging tree trunks.
Yeah.
It was like his arms was just too big and muscular, and it's like, okay, if you know that, okay, the last fight because you can see, like I said, you can see where he made the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can see where he made the adjustments, but it's like, okay, you know, at the end of the day, part of you losing the first fight was technique and gas tank.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you come in at 244, even heavier, and you're trying to apply pressure and put the man on, you know, and try to put him on the back foot and try to stay on his grill, you know, try to stay up in his grill, you know, because to me it was like every time he jumped on Usyk's body, Usyk would ball up, cover up, you know, so you can see where if he really would have been, to me, lighter, you know, because the thing about it, I don't know if you peeped it, he had the little meltdown, and he was like, well, how did you beat me? You know, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, da 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 da.
Right.
And it's like, see, I guess that's why he's, you know, continues to be so muscled up in his physique, because I guess that, you know, whatever, that gives him some type of psychological edge with the muscles and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, like I said, he's so big and robotic.
Yeah.
That once Usyk made, because to me, I thought Joshua had won the first 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Once Usyk made an adjustment, it looked and he started kind of like picking up the pace, and he started doing something. It was like Joshua couldn't. He would get off, but then he couldn't keep up the pace. You know, he couldn't keep up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, like I said, the left hook was there for him all night. You know, the body was there for him all night. And really, if he would have lowered himself a little bit and sometimes use the pawn, the probing left hand and feint it, you know, it serves to be like, say, if you don't have a gas tank and you super muscular, I don't understand why they didn't make that physical adjustment. Like, they made a lot of technical adjustments and it showed, but it just, to me,
he couldn't execute.
Yeah, he couldn't execute. And it's like, bro, I think if he would have came in 227, 228, because like I said, Usyk to me didn't look better than the first fight. I thought he looked better in the first fight. You know, and then you said what now?
That extra weight wasn't good for Usyk.
Yeah, no, it wasn't at all. It wasn't at
But
all.
if
Like,
he didn't have it, but if he didn't have that extra weight, I think
What's going on, Will? What's going on, William?
I feel like
What's
if he
going
didn't
on,
have that extra
PGH,
weight,
big dog?
those body shots that he took would have got him up out of there though. So that extra weight padded Usyk for some of them body shots that he was taking too though.
Yeah. I mean, because to
Usyk for
me,
the first fight came in
he
there.
wasn't putting nothing on his punches. All his punches were just touch you punches. Like, that's
Nah,
why I didn't
Usyk
understand.
he was
Like,
cracking him.
no,
He was
but I'm
cracking
saying
him
it
over the
wasn't.
top.
No, I'm saying he was hitting them. I mean, like I said, the punches don't have to be hard to hurt you, but he wasn't he wasn't turning on the punches. Like, he was just touching them, you know, touching with the jab, touching with the straight, with the southpaw right hand. And I'm just like, bro, if you said what
when he
now?
countered him, he was sitting down on him when he countered Joshua. That's when he cracked him a few times. But when he was trying to be first, he was just shoe shotting him a lot, you know, stinging him with them shots. But you know, every time you get hit, it's gonna take away from you each time and frustrate you, take away your stamina. But when Joshua was throwing that slow looping shot, he would crack him over top, and he was sitting down on it. That's why he almost took Joshua down a little bit. But Joshua was eating them things. But Joshua, like I said, he just took off. Like, a lot of them rounds were swing rounds that he could have got if he just would have threw a few more punches or mugged them a little bit more. Like, if you're gonna mug somebody, you're gonna come in there, you're gonna be physical all the way. Don't be a half-ass thug. That's what I tell people. If you're gonna be in the streets, be in the streets. Don't be half-ass and don't be one on a part-time. If you're gonna go out there and you're gonna be like Bernard Hopkins or you're gonna be like Mayorga, if you're gonna be a dirty fighter, be a dirty fighter. And I feel like it's the ref job to stop the dirty fighters. And I mean, it's allowed to be dirty in fighting. That's why they give you warnings. You feel me?
And you know, the ref was with it. You know what I'm saying? The ref was allowing him to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He just wouldn't take advantage of it. And it looked like he was trying to conserve his energy. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a lot of it was him trying to conserve his energy. And trying to like really stay in there and box and go with the game, whatever game plan that they had was to
Nah,
respond.
he took away
To,
he took away from the game plan because that boxer wasn't never part of the game plan. When he sat there and was trying to jab and box, that wasn't part of
mm,
Robert Garcia's game plan. He would just back off and deviate from the game plan. That's what Joshua. That's what most fighters do. Like one
go
training
go.
camp ain't gonna get you used. One training camp ain't gonna get you used to a boxer. I mean, to a coach and his style. I mean, you
Hmm.
can't just go in one training camp and expect somebody to execute everything that y'all worked on. Like, because when you start getting hit or when you start getting frustrated, you're gonna revert back to what you know. And then they had to remind him every time he came to the corner. And see, so they reminded him. But the fact that he was going so hard in the ninth round, he gassed himself out actually. Because you see in the 10th round, that's when Usyk started stepping on the gas and won the last 3 rounds.
Hmm.
But Joshua gassed himself out, but he could have also finished Usyk in the same sentence. But like I said, he was half-assing it. Like
Yeah.
the ref let that man get about. I counted 8 hammer fists. Like he was holding the man down and uppercutting him into the hold down. He was pulling them, hitting him one on. The ref was letting
That's what
all
you
the.
gotta do. That's what you gotta do. That's what the big
It
man's
was
supposed to do.
Joshua's ref. It was his
Right.
ref.
Right.
Like you the star for the zone. You are the moneymaker. You
That's
done
right.
signed a lifetime contract to Eddie Hearns. Eddie don't give a damn about Usyk. Eddie thinking about you and Tyson Fury for undisputed. How big that'll be for Britain? Because that's all he's trying to do, make the biggest fight for Britain. Usyk and Tyson Fury ain't gonna be that big, but it should be because it's two great fighters, two pugilists, two prize fighters who know the art of boxing. Not one lumbering lumberjack and a skilled fighter. So it's gonna be kind of almost evenly matched except for the height and the size of Tyson Fury. But like I said, that was AJ's ref. And you even had a judge try to give AJ the fight. So the fight was AJ's to lose. He was the A side, even though he wasn't the champ. And the ref was letting all that shit AJ do go. Because AJ was catching with
Hmm.
low blows. He was low blowing them. He was liver shotting. He was kidney shotting. He was hammer fisting. Okay, you see the ref letting you rock. Keep rocking. It's the
Right.
ref's job to stop you from doing stuff.
But
You
but like you
can't be
said,
against.
up, that motherfucker was tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't capitalize on the things that was working for him. You know what I'm saying? He had got exhausted, and you could see it. You know what I'm saying? Because when Usyk started throwing little light touches, you know what I'm saying, hooks going upside his head, you know what I'm saying, he didn't respond. You know what I'm saying? He just was like he was just trying to waste time until he could get enough energy to throw another great shot.
Guess
You know what I'm
what?
saying?
And that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference. And that's the difference between good fighters and great fighters right there. That's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between being an all-time great and being average or being just good. That's what makes you elite. Is when you can dig in and dig down for a couple more seconds. Like if he would have digged in for about 10 more seconds, I think he would have got Usyk. Because Usyk was seeing stars in the ninth round. And
Yep.
then he let Usyk grab him. And when Usyk grabbed him, it was like he was like, yes. Like he was happy Usyk grabbed him. Like, hold up, man. Don't let that man grab you. He's hurt. Finish him off. If you looked at the fight, you see Robert Garcia was hollering. He was telling him,
Mm-hmm.
get him. And
Mm-hmm.
then Robert Garcia just threw his hands up after AJ let him tie him up at the end of the round. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. Like, you had chances to win the fight.
Right.
And that's probably why he broke down. That's what's kicking him in his ass right now because
Yeah.
he had chances. He had
Yeah.
chances. He was up going into the 10th round. He was up going into the 10th round. He was up 5-4.
Yeah, I agree, man. T T
But he
T
lost the
underscore
last three.
T underscore 20 says AJ knew he didn't have the intangibles. He said, I think that was the reason for the outburst at the end of the fight. Yes, sir. What's going on, William Old
I,
School, my brother? PGH Big Dog. Smooth Will says Joshua didn't throw his punches with mean intentions. That was part of the problem with him. You know what I'm saying? I think he was trying to.
he
It's
was.
just that
He
he just
was in that
couldn't
body.
he just couldn't consistently keep up the pace. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't just throw a bunch of combinations without being woe the hell out. You know what I'm saying? The dude gas tank is just it's just ridiculous, man.
But
You
you
know what
know
I'm
what I
saying?
told you? When you got all the muscles, bro, your body takes more of an energy than a person without muscles. Like the daily allowance for a regular body person is 2,000 calories. And if you got 10 pounds of muscle, you add 500 more calories for every 10 pounds of muscle. So if you got 100 pounds of muscles, that's down 5,000, damn near 5 to 10,000 calories extra that you got to do to keep your body running like a top machine.
And,
People don't take that in consideration.
William Old School says AJ need counseling. He said hasn't been right since the first loss to Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? So, even Deontay Wilder said Anthony Joshua looked broken. You know what I'm saying? So he picked Usyk to win in the fight. I thought that was interesting. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know AJ gonna lose this fight. You know what I'm saying? I like, damn, bro.
Let me tell you what's crazy. Everybody talk about AJ look broken out the Andy Ruiz fight, right?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you when AJ stopped looking the same to me. When Vitaly Klitschko dropped him, and he got back up to win that fight. Look at all AJ fights after that. Like Vitaly Klitschko took something out of AJ dropping him like that. Like when a boxer loses that sense of invincibility, then a boxer doesn't go the same after that. And even though he beat Klitschko, the way Klitschko caught him and he had to get up and he had to dig in and win that fight, even in that victory, it took something out of him. Watch what I tell you now. Like you can go look about it because yeah, that victory it took something out of him.
But
Like
AJ, the way he handled the pressure, bro. The pressure of the UK, what I'm saying, fans and what I'm saying, he just carried his load on him. He don't carry the pressure very well of being in the limelight. And
he's
I think that
entitled.
yeah,
He's like
you
a
know,
Karen. He's a black Karen. He's entitled. And when a Karen don't get what they deserve or they feel like they deserve, then they break down and have meltdowns and backlash. Have you
mm-hmm,
noticed that? Whenever a Karen feel
mm-hmm.
like they not being done right, yep, that's the way he is. He's a Karen.
What's going on, Yolanda? What's going on, Don Spence? Say, what's going on? Yeah, man. Because they keep talking about this pressure. You remember in one interview, AJ was talking about he can't lose right now, and he didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder because what I'm saying, he can't lose right now. He's still learning, and how you gonna be unified champion? You know what I'm saying, with these belts and talking about what I'm saying, you still learning. You know what I'm saying? So you learning on the job, bro. You got damn 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? You need to be up in that gym, what I'm saying, learning your
Well, yeah,
craft. You know what I'm
he
saying?
had four. He had four at the time.
Oh, you had
He
the
had the
IBO
IBO.
bullshit.
Yeah. No, he had
Thank you
no.
for
He
that.
had five. No, he had four. He had the IBO and he had the European belt as well. When he beat
Shit.
Vitaly Klitschko and Joseph Parker, that man had 5 belts because he had the European Championship, the IBO, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF. He had 5 fucking belts.
And say, well, thank you for that super sticker, Yolanda, for that with that 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate that. What's going on, G5 in the building? Y'all please check out G5 and his morning show is fire. You know what I'm saying? My man,
Salute you,
is
five.
boxing over there. What's happening, my
Oh
brother?
my bad,
Smooth
my
Will
bad,
says,
bro. He had the British heavyweight title. That's what it was. I'm looking at it.
Rich Hipley.
He had the British heavyweight title, the WBC International and Commonwealth heavyweight title, the IBF heavyweight title, the WA Super, the IBF Super, the IBO heavyweight. Yeah, that's what he
Don't
had.
worry about it. Don't know. Nobody know what them belts is. Shit, not over here. Nobody don't know what them
No, he
damn
had a
belts
lot
is.
of belts.
It
Yeah, I
says
know. I was just looking at it.
Smooth Will says, I heard people call Joshua Frank Bruno 2.0. Do you guys agree with this assessment? No, Frank Bruno could throw some punches, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Frank Bruno has some snap on his shit. Joshua's
But that's
like
what
a big
Joshua said. Joshua said he's not no Frank Bruno. He said Frank Bruno there was 14 stones. He said he 18 stones. He's a lot heavier.
Yeah, Frank Bruno could throw them hands, you know what I'm saying? He was way more robust than Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? His chin, was suspect, you know what I'm saying? Every time that motherfucker got hit on the chin, You know what I'm saying? He was up out of there, but you know, Frank Bruno could do some damage. You know what I mean? He could do
So
some
Usyk,
damage.
so Usyk and Tyson Fury for undisputed, right? So you got
Hmm.
Usyk got the WBA, the IBF, the WBO, the IBO, and the ring heavyweight championship. He got 5 belts now. I guess they got rid of the British Commonwealth and all that stuff. But damn, he still got 5 belts. He's just looking on that WBC, making 6. So
Well,
he gonna have a
if
7 belt.
if Tyson got anything left, you know what I'm saying, he'll beat Usyk because he'll just lay on his ass and you know what I'm saying, use his reach and you know what I'm saying, if he's the same, you know what I'm saying, if he's the same Tyson Fury, he'll beat Usyk, I believe, because Usyk, if he go in there with that weight and that bullshit right there, you know, Tyson Fury a lot smarter too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury. What you think?
I think he might can because I think because right now I feel like Usyk is settling into the heavyweight position. See, people don't realize Usyk is starting to develop his heavyweight deposition. And yeah, Tyson may be a lot bigger and he's smart, but I think Usyk's faster.
He
And
is.
Tyson Fury, if you look, Tyson Fury is great against people that can't box. But
Hmm.
if you know, when he fight against people that actually have boxing skills, like against boxing skills, he struggled a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Like when he fought Dr. Steelfist, he won, but you see it wasn't as easy as people thought. And that's when Tyson Fury was at his best. You know what I'm saying? That's
But
when he was a
see,
young and
but
prime
but but
Fury.
but follow me on this here. Now you seen how Usyk was all exhausted and shit when Joshua just leaned on him a little bit. You know, imagine Tyson Fury holding you on the back of your head, hitting you in all kind of damn areas of your body, putting that body on you, leaning on you, you know what I'm saying, a head locking you, you know what I'm saying, doing all that dirty shit, you know what I'm saying? If he do that against Usyk, man, Usyk gonna be up out of there, bro. I mean,
But you
I just
know,
don't
but you
think.
know, but you know, Joshua was also working that body. Usyk ain't a big body. I mean, Tyson Fury ain't a big body puncher. But
No.
Usyk was getting stung in the body, bro. That's why Usyk was exhausted. He was getting hit, man. I was looking at some of them shots, and I was wondering
Oh yeah, I
if
saw
Usyk
him.
was
I
about to
saw
go
him.
down. And then Anthony
Yeah.
Joshua's a bigger puncher. He's a bigger puncher than Tyson Fury as well. But Tyson Fury has started to get some pop on his shots as well. But yeah, Usyk, I think like I think damn Usyk and damn honestly, I think Usyk can do something with it. You feel what I'm saying? Because look
Hmm.
at Tyson Fury and Otto Wallen. Remember? Otto Wallen should never made
Hmm.
it the distance with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. He got cut in that damn fight, didn't he? Yep.
Yeah. And if I feel like if Otto Wallen can give Fury the trouble that he was, Usyk's a much better athlete than Otto Wallen. But Otto Wallen is a boxer. He ain't really got much stank on his shots. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was talking about. Like when you have a boxer that can box, like, cause Otto Wallen, I think he like 20. He got his only loss is to Tyson Fury, but he got 24 wins, one loss, and one no contest. But he only got 14 knockouts. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
And
I'm saying.
Otto Wallen, he's a boxer. He likes to box. Like he beat Dominic Brazil. It took him 12 rounds and beat him a unanimous decision. He ain't no
Hmm.
big puncher, but
Hmm.
him and Tyson Fury, hell. He sat there and boxed with Tyson Fury and almost, well, he was giving him problems, really. He was giving him problems. And I feel like Usyk could probably stop Otto Wallen. See, people looking at the size differential, they think Usyk adjusts to the people that he fights against. And you got to realize this is his like third, fourth fight at heavyweight. So, he's settling down. Plus, yeah, his camp, he had all that stress with the damn war and all that stuff. People not even taking that in consideration. They're not even taking that in
Hmm.
consideration. Like he
Hmm.
couldn't even train if he wanted to. And with a
Hmm.
big puncher like Anthony Joshua, his best bet was putting on that extra weight. And that's what he did. Because I
Hmm.
guarantee you, he didn't have that extra weight. Joshua would have stopped him. And I'm on record saying, them body shots that he got, Joshua would have stopped him in the 9th round. And with Usyk not having that extra weight, he have his stamina to fight with Tyson Fury. And like I said, Usyk averages 700 to 800 punches per fight. Tyson Fury don't mess with that type of volume. Tyson Fury, he fights. See, Tyson Fury fights when he wants to. He controls it. He does a lot of feinting and everything. But Tyson Fury ain't used to another person feinting. When you feinting and doing all that, that keeps a person on edge. That keeps you stressed. That keeps you tight and tenuous. That's what was also happening to Anthony Joshua because he had to stay tight and he had to stay tense and stay coiled and ready because Usyk do these feints and he don't know when Usyk gonna pop off and get him. And you know Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are only 3 inches apart, and their reach is only 2 inches apart. And Usyk was able to get through to that reach. I didn't
Well,
realize Anthony Joshua.
Usyk, man, he just outsmarted AJ. You know, 'cause he was doing the same shit. You know, he was just darting. He was using his lateral
Yeah,
movement, and then when Anthony would throw that weak ass jab, he would just hammer that shit down. Go with the up jab because that was an easy point. Keep him busy. You know, faint little jabs. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a little tiny jab, just touching them, and then hit him with something. You know what I'm saying that he could get away with. And I was just like,
I know
come
people.
on, man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just
I know.
like your boy said, don't let them pity pat you. You know, like Angel was telling Danny, he said, don't let them pity pat you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he was just mixing it up. He had Anthony Joshua confused. You know, and once he got tired, bro, he just got tired of trying to figure the shit out. You know what I'm saying? He just got tired of trying to figure it out. You know,
He said, yeah, I'm just eat them. I'm gonna eat these shots. But
yeah,
see,
you know.
yeah, but with Tyson Fury though, right? See,
Mhm.
Tyson, like I said, he ain't that big of a. He's starting to get some pop in his shots, right? But with Usyk doing all that feinting and everything, that means Tyson is gonna have to be on edge as well. And you know, Tyson is gonna have to do all that moving too. And see,
But think
Usyk's a
about it.
lot
But think
faster.
about this up. Think about this up. Tyson Fury is 6'9", bro. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit, all the reach and stuff Usyk doing, you know what I'm saying? You
I just
saw how
said,
he was mhm.
but as I said, he got 2 inches longer on his arms than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was 6'6".
Right. I'm saying, like you
Three,
see how he was
three
getting to
inches.
Anthony Joshua. He's not going you think he's gonna be able to sell out with that left coming in over Fury's jab, right? How you think he's gonna be able to reach Fury? Because Fury, he's good at leaning back, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah, but
good
see,
at
that's
seeing
why.
shit coming.
Yeah, he's good at that. But I think with Usyk's
Hmm.
quickness, he can sidestep around it or go over top. Or you see how he
Hmm.
was coming in between Joshua's, like he was stepping into
Yeah,
Joshua's jab and get
that's
right
what
in
I'm
there.
saying. Hmm.
Yeah, I think he can do that because Otto Wallen did it. But then when Usyk do it, then Usyk gonna be in that wheelhouse. And when Usyk get in Tyson Fury's wheelhouse with them long arms, what Tyson Fury gonna do? You feel me? Because Usyk's not no slow and a non-fluid fighter. And see, Usyk, I mean, people gonna hate me for saying this, but Tyson Fury was a lot smarter than Deontay Wilder in the fight. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just going ahead and say this. Deontay Wilder should have came into that third fight in his regular weight, 225, because he should remember how competitive and how good he was, and that's what got him there. That extra weight
Right.
that did him dirty, it wasn't good for him. He's not ready for that. His body's not built for that. He lost his torque. Like the shots that he caught him with in the third fight, if you'd have caught that with the first fight's build, Tyson wasn't getting up. Because
Hmm.
even though people think that you bigger, you hit harder, it's not actually the case. Because the way Deontay Wilder's punch is set up, it's him getting that torque and that speed and that torque, and it was explodes. And it's a lot slower. So now it ain't got the speed and the torque it normally hits with. Like Javante Davis got that speed and that torque. That's why he can knock out people that's a lot bigger than him because he got that torque, the way his body is set up. And see,
Hmm.
Tyson Fury, he was able to daggone outsmart Deontay Wilder. But see, Deontay Wilder's jab is not like Alexander Usyk's jab. Usyk has a jab, and he'd come in with 3 or 4. And if Tyson slips up, Usyk would cram him over the top.
Hmm.
And like I said, the footwork gonna play a part in it. And I feel like if the Gypsy King has to move around a lot more like he has to in a daggone Usyk fight, I think Tyson Fury will gas out because you see he don't shake.
You there? What you think? What you think, Zoe? You there, Zoe? Hello? Did I go out? Hello? Zoe, you there? I don't know. I just think Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? I just think he, you know what I'm saying, he got a lot of dirty tactics. I think Usyk, I don't think he's, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he could do the same thing to Tyson Fury, bro. Unless Tyson Fury is just diminished through the punishment that Deontay Wilder, put on him. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What's going on? How you say that? Awkward Reaper. He says, people just hate on Tyson, but let's be real. He said Tyson Fury would win against Usyk. He said they both can box, but Tyson has the advantage, bigger and taller. Okay, let me see. Let me see. 20 underscore says T underscore 20 says Fury applying pressure ain't the same as AJ pressure. Fury's. And he says smart with his. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see you saying. He says smart with his. Yeah, with his pressure. Yeah, what I'm saying, if Tyson Fury is anything, what I'm saying, like he used to be, what I'm saying, 'cause I think those battles with Deontay Wilder took a whole lot out of him, man. I don't think he's the same dude. You know what I'm saying? And he said
Hell
as
no.
much. He said as much
Anytime
too.
you anytime you have a war like that, you're never the same person. That's another reason why I favor Usyk. But Tyson Fury, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Tyson Fury. Right now, Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight out there. Hands down, he's the best heavyweight out there. He came, he saw, he conquered. He took the best heavyweight out. But Tyson Fury has an old body right now, is what I'm saying. What you got to realize, Tyson Fury's been in some wars too. Tyson Fury's been in wars with, but he fought a prime. Well, I wouldn't say a prime, but he fought a lot sharper and a harder hitting Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? He fought a hard hitting Klitschko. Tyson
Hmm.
Fury had to fight a hard hitting Klitschko. He didn't fight the same Klitschko that Anthony Joshua fought. He
Hmm.
fought him while the man was still in there. And then he fought
Yeah.
Kajak, he fought Zora, he fought Hammer, he fought daggone Deontay Wilder 3 times. 3 times fighting Deontay Wilder. He even fought Dillian White, who's all right, but he got knocked out. But still, he's done been in there with punchers. Like when he was in
Yeah.
there, Schwartz bust his nose or something? Like Fury has
Yeah.
been taking them shots. Yeah, Fury has
Yeah.
taken some damage.
Well,
And when you
I,
take
I
damage,
I ain't gonna lie up. I think he was enhanced when he fought Deontay Wilder.
yeah, he's
You know what I'm
always
saying?
been.
I
Yeah,
thought he
that's what
was
I'm
in. I
saying.
always thought Tyson Fury was enhanced when he fought Wilder. You know what I'm
He,
saying? Because he always looked shitty against subpar competition. You know what I'm saying? He
I
always
think
looks.
that's where that Kinahan comes in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one thing about the Furies, they be on that juice. They be with the juice crew. And he's been caught before, so people can't say we saying talking crazy about it. No, he has been caught juicing. And the
Oh
way he
yeah.
rolls up and the way he gets up off them knockouts, when he get hit, that's the juice pumping in his system. Because Tyson Fury, for him to go out there and take the punishment that Wilder give him, and he still have the steam left in him when everybody gas, he has an enhancement. And none of the fighters have they took a blood test before or after the fight either. And see,
Mm-hmm.
now you see Tyson Fury can't leave UK because what he did in boxing on American soil. And see, that's the reason that they not reporting on that. But that's the reason why he can't come over here. because the thing what he did in fight number 2, that was attempted murder. You fight this
Yeah.
man with no gloves, and you trying to kill this man, that's attempted murder, bro. That was an unfair advantage that you had, and you hitting this man with your bare hands, basically.
Yeah.
You
And
attempted to murder.
the crazy thing is everybody saw that glove loose as shit, saw his knuckles through the motherfucker, and it's like, come on, bro. They saw his knuckles in the bottom half of the glove, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Smooth
they
Will
saw the
says,
glove.
go ahead,
Go
bro.
ahead, bro.
I was just gonna read Smooth Will comment. He says Klitschko didn't hardly throw any punches in his fight with Fury. He says any uh any remember his performance. He said
Yeah,
it's
smooth.
as if he was drugged or something.
And you know
Yeah.
something smooth? I didn't want to say something smooth, but it's like anytime somebody fight against the Furies or somebody that's messed with the Furies, it's like they've been drugged or something like that. And you know, Kinahan is a mob boss, and they've been known to fix fights and drug boxers. Like they was talking about how AJ was drugged in one of them fights. You know, they not
Mm-hmm.
above that because you know, in the Ruiz fight, they said AJ was drugged. You see the line on that? Did you see how people cleaned up in that fight right there? What people don't
Mm-hmm.
realize is, yeah, boxing is a sport, but it's also controlled by the mob because it's big money in gambling. So if
Yeah.
they want you to fall to make that money, they will do whatever they can to make you lose that fight, and they won't give
Yeah.
a shit about your record. They won't
Well,
care about your record.
it was one fighter that said, what I'm saying, he was drugged before he fought Tyson Fury. This was early in his career. And he said shit, he had ate something. Something he had ate, what I'm saying, before the fight that they had. And he said he started feeling weak. And he went out there and he performed. He said he barely made it, what I'm saying, through the fight. But he said he thought he had realized he had been drugged and stuff. And this is something that always pops up with Tyson Fury, what I'm saying? It's always something that some mm-hmm,
You can tell. You see when they was at the press conference and they tried to toss Fury water. He said, hold on. Where you get that water from?" No, I don't want that. You know, motherfuckers be knowing shit. They know people
mm-hmm,
inject them bottles and everything. That's why they
mm-hmm.
keep their shit to their people. Why you think when Canelo Alvarez was going against Bivol, you see Eddie Reynoso drunk the water before he gave it to Canelo. You see that? Because they know what people will do in a big money sport like this. They
Uh-huh.
will do anything. That's why you have to have trusted people on your team. You got to have people
Yeah,
that you can trust. Because if you don't trust your people, somebody get over on you real quick, and they won't care about you. They won't.
yeah. William Old School.
$100 million.
William Old School says I think if Usyk fights Fury, he said he would go back and watch the Otto Wallen fight and take some of what Otto did against Fury and apply it to what he does best, in my opinion. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
that's what I
So,
said. That's what I said. See what I
hmm
said, people? See,
yeah,
even Will said, "See, I told you, Otto was having too much success. But Tyson didn't look the same as he did against Deontay Wilder. Like you said, see, he looked at Otto Wallen like, I can beat him on my own skills. So he didn't have that
right.
extra. He didn't have that extra
hmm
big name
Yeah. See, when you
because
get
see,
that juice, hmm when you
but
get
see,
that
he has to
juice, you can float
tread.
like a butterfly. Hmm.
Yeah, but see, he has to tread lightly over there because remember he got banned from boxing over there for that damn juice.
Yeah.
Remember they had banned him from boxing in the UK because he got caught using.
Hmm.
And see, that's just like your boy Uriel Gamboa. He just got drugged against Pitbull Cruz. They got it on record that he was poisoned.
Wait a minute. Who? What? Say that again. Who got
Are
poisoned?
you hearing about that? Uriel
By who?
Gamboa. When he
What?
fight
Are
this
you
boy, and he
serious?
fight, yeah, bro, it was the whole scandal and everything. Uriel
Wait.
Gamboa went to the hospital after the fight, and they found out that he had been drugged.
Wow.
Remember how he started off okay in the fight with remember how he started off okay? He was looking like shades of himself. And you see around the second and third round, he started looking crazy in that damn fight, remember?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I had no idea. I shit, because he was doing good for a second and he was throwing back. But shit,
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
yeah, he was looking like the old Gamboa. They
Man,
done poisoned my man Gamboa. Go look it up. People did videos on it
wow.
because they reported it, and then they try to say that the dude that's with Pitbull Cruz, they try to say that this is not the first time that somebody's been poisoned going against one of his fighters and shit because they. Yeah, go look it up, bro. I can't remember all of it,
No,
but
no,
you'll see.
I believe you. I believe you, man.
Oh,
Damn.
but I know you like to know. You like to know what's going on too. That's why I said just look it up and make sure
Wow.
you.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man. So this shit is getting back. Well, it never did change. You know, boxing always been a dirty business.
it's just people always stay with their team. That's why people were so
Mm-hmm.
scared about them. That's why they were so scared about them going to Australia without his team. Because without his team, he gonna be stuck with all that right there. And he really can't control his narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's there by himself. How is he gonna check his food and all that stuff like that? Because they go to the restaurant. They have people at the restaurant get your shit. So there ain't really nothing you can do
Mm-hmm.
unless you really it ain't nothing because they can put the stuff in your water without opening up the pack of water. Like they can inject the water. They can take it out and put the stuff in. Like it's crazy what they can do. I think the boxing commission need to cut down on that. They need to start cutting down more on that. And that's why they also cut down on Kinahan so bad right now. Because everybody that's done boxed with Kinahan and had him as an advisor, they start to look back over the fights because there's a lot of controversy that ain't been explained right. And
Hey, I haven't seen one turned over yet. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching boxing for 40 years. I haven't seen one damn not one fight turned over. You know what I'm saying? From investigation or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
they didn't. They turned it to a no contest when he beat John Ruiz. They turned it
Well,
after the investigation. They took the titles back from and gave back to John Ruiz. Because
mm,
James Tony had came and he was drugged. I mean he was on that stuff, and he had won against John Ruiz. And remember they came back overturned it. They overturned a lot of stuff, but when they overturn it, they don't really publicly broadcast it. They just go in the record books and change it up.
mm-hmm.
Because it's a slight against boxing, and they ain't trying to run away from the daggone casual fans that they're trying to get. So they try not to damn scare the casual fans away. So they do that stuff in secret and silence. But yeah, boxing a very dirty sport.
But
Like they
I
say, it's the
mean,
one sport you can't play. You can't play it.
but we all knew it was a matter of time, you know what I'm saying, before AJ, you know what I'm saying, run across somebody with some skills. And, you know what I'm saying, when I saw he was going to fight Usyk, you know what I'm saying, the first fight, I said, man, Joshua to get exposed, bro. You know what I'm saying? He just,
Oh, I do
you
that
know,
too. I wish he would have fought Wilder first. I wish they would have fought Wilder and got that undisputed out the way first, but it would have been a better loss on his record. You feel me? And he
mm-hmm,
and Wilder and AJ could have did a trilogy. That could have been a hell of a trilogy.
mm-hmm. As is
Or at least a
Smooth,
sequel.
yeah. Goddamn Smooth Will says all of a sudden Fury got this knockout power in his last three fights. He said, how can what Wilder called a pillow fisted puncher his whole career get three straight devastating KOs? You know what I'm saying? These people are
Exactly.
not, yeah, these people ain't gonna
Exactly.
question that shit. They just want to win. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to defeat Deontay Wilder. And, you know what I'm saying? They wanted his name, you know what I'm saying, destroyed. And they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? They'll allow certain fighters, you know what I'm saying, to juice and do whatever. What's going on, film study? He says Fury broke a piece of Wilder's skull. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't care
Bare
if you
knuckle
die
fight.
in the ring.
But Tyson
Hey,
Fury,
yo, can I add something?
he's a bare knuckle fighter.
Hmm.
Tyson Fury used to bare knuckle fight.
Yeah. You know, that
That's
Gypsy
what
King
Gypsy be
shit.
doing. Yeah, they bare knuckle fight, and that's what he did to Deontay Wilder. He bare knuckle fought
What you said, Zoe? You said something, Zoe?
I was gonna say I heard you say that you saying that he was gonna get exposed, as far as
Mm,
Anthony Joshua.
yeah.
Not to change the
No, go ahead, bro.
The
Cook.
topic of the. I
Go ahead, cook,
still.
bro.
Well, no, I was gonna say I still think that. Now y'all might have took I stepped away for a minute to get some stuff, but I still think that an Anthony Joshua versus Fury or Anthony Joshua versus Wilder, I still think those are different fights. Meaning like that I think that just due to, Usyk's like you was talking about his ability to box, his we got about 500 fights of amateur fights background or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think all of that was just too much for a big bulky muscle Joshua. I still think that a fight with Fury, and where somebody is closer to the same foot of speed and the same level of coordination, still is a different fight. I just think that
I think they'd be
you
great
know,
fights. I would love to see both of them. I'd like to see Joshua versus Fury, Joshua versus Wilder. I would love to see both of those fights.
right,
Mm-hmm.
Because
exactly.
I believe styles make fights. And you can't use the triangle theory when it comes to boxing. Just because you lost to this person don't mean you lose to that person. It's
Right,
like
right, exactly.
it's been boxers that's beaten people and then got beat by the next person that's done beat that person. That's why the triangle theory don't work. It's just like sometimes
Yeah.
you might be going to get somebody that just has your number. And
Yeah.
he just has your style.
Yep. Like your boy Mayorga could beat Vernon Forrest, but Vernon, I mean, what's his name? Shane Mosley could beat Mayorga, but Mayorga couldn't beat Sugar Shane, and Sugar Shane couldn't beat Vernon Forrest, but Mayorga could beat
Exactly.
Vernon Forrest. It's like that shit was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So
That's why I say styles make the fight.
William Old School says, I've been trying. He said, I've been saying that you can't teach power, and you are either born with it or not. He said, Sugar Hill is full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Film study says Fury
Now you can
never had.
teach power. You can teach power. I've seen what's his name? The one that be EJ strength and conditioning coach.
Blue Blood,
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. That's right. What I
Blu-ray.
said, Blue Blood,
You said Blu-ray. Yeah, Blu-ray teaches power.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray teaches power. He'll get some power added to you. And like it's a way that you can train to get your power. But yeah, some power is natural. You got natural power and you have created power. Both are great. But when you got somebody that got that natural pop, that's a beautiful thing.
Hmm.
But you can teach a player to get some power. That's a common misconception.
I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I think you got to have it, bro. You know, so I think you can maybe,
You can
strengthen. I don't
enhance it.
know.
Let me say it like that. You can make it stronger.
Hmm.
Like you can enhance on it.
Hmm. Film study
That's what I
says
meant to say.
Film study says Fury never done that shit. No heavyweight boxer has done that to an opponent. Yeah, and especially with gloves on, bro. Anthony Joshua is done. He said he's mentally not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was mentally there. Film study. I just think he was just outclassed. He got
See,
broken.
this
Go
was
ahead.
his worst loss right here. I think this was Anthony Joshua's worst loss in his career because this is the one time where he threw everything out the window, where he trained the best he's ever trained. He had the best stamina he's ever had. He had the best game plan he's ever had. He looked the best that he's ever looked, and he still fell short. And that's why he
Hmm.
broke down because he couldn't understand it. That's why he said, "How did you beat me? You're not stronger than me. You're not this. You're not that." He couldn't comprehend how he wasn't the best man. He said, "I'm like an Adonis. How could you beat me?" And he still can't understand it.
It's like, mother, you were right in
Like,
the ring. You were taking them damn uppercuts and overhand rights and the goddamn up jab. You didn't see that? It's like, bro, we all saw it. You were too slow. You ran out of gas. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you know what I'm saying? He put everything. He put a lot of work into that damn training camp, and you could see it. You saw the results. It just wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can go into a fight or go into training. You can put all your shit in there. You know what I'm saying?
and
And
then
it
I
just
break
ain't
it.
good enough. Right. You come up
That'll break
short.
you too. And that
Mm-hmm.
breaks a man when you feel like when you find out another man is better than you. That'll break you.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell he had to do some work, man, because he was emotionally everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, he went to the locker room, came back, took the mic, started talking crazy. I was just like, man, go sit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? You did well. Go sit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? We understand. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
hurt. Mm-hmm.
that's like Omar Figueroa. Omar Figueroa put in all that work, and he put in his best camp and everything. Got destroyed. I mean, he got surgically destroyed, and he
All
realized
right,
that
Will.
he's done boxing.
Mm-hmm.
That right there made him quit boxing as well. We seen two fighters get destroyed. Well, we seen two fighters get their egos destroyed. Because Omar Figueroa, he couldn't understand either. He was like, my body just gave up. Like I did everything, and like when they be doing that, and then they come up short. Because when you're in boxing, your trainers and everybody tell you how great you are. How won't nobody beat you? How you the best, and you believe that. So when you get in there and you come up short, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
before I broke my hand, I was undefeated, and I knew that was my power because I was undefeated. But I feel like if I would have lost, it would have broke me too, probably. Like it's hard to lose, man, because as men, we want to be the best. We're supposed to be dominant,
Right.
and when we lose, that means we less of a man. We less of an alpha. We a beta male. That's just like in the animal kingdom. Animals fight for position of dominance, and the leader gets everything, and the rest of
Yeah.
them gets his
The winner
scraps.
takes it all. The winner takes it all, bro. You know? Smooth Will says boxers with God gift power. He said Julian the Hawk Jackson, Gerald G. Man McClellan. He said Mike Tyson, George Foreman, to name a few. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Mike the Body
Mike Tyson,
Snatcher.
Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson really didn't have one punch KO power though. That's a misconception people get. Mike used to hit him with the combos. Mike really didn't have that one punch. He didn't have that. If you notice, Mike hit him with a couple,
Yeah.
but he had power, but he wasn't a one punch hitter.
Yeah, not like Julian Jackson or somebody like that who had like 40 knockouts, straight knockouts. That dude, the Hawk was crazy with it, man. I don't know. You can't even say Gerald McClellan really had one punch knockout power. You know what I'm saying? I rarely seen him hit somebody one time and they just go out. Yeah, it's rare to find one punch knockout power. That's useless, like you say. If you got power, it's a couple of pow. You know what I'm saying? And you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's very rare to see one punch knockout power. You know what I'm saying? Unless motherfucker just hit you a
Deontay
couple.
Wilder has one punch power. Deontay Wilder
Yeah.
has one punch power.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's rare, you know what I'm saying,
Tank,
to find
Tank
somebody.
has one punch power. Tank has that one punch power.
But very few. You'll find that in very few fighters, you know what I'm saying, that could just hit your ass one time and you done. You know what I'm saying? Usually got to have a follow up, you know what I'm saying, accumulation or something, you know. But shit, you know what I'm saying? That's still good. Shit. If it take one or two, shit, that's still better than three or four or five, six. You know what I'm saying? As long as you were able to get it in and get the motherfuckers up out of there. That's what's up, you know. No matter what
Roy
style you
Jones
got.
at Roy Jones at middleweight had one punch.
Really? You think so? Who he hit
At
with
middleweight,
with one?
at middleweight,
I seen him hit
his ego.
maybe. I seen Roy hit maybe
He,
one or two. Yeah, he broke a rib. What was his name?
he,
Virgil.
Virgil Hill, he
Virgil.
broke his rib.
Virgil Hill.
Virgil Hill.
Yeah. And let's see. I can't think about how. Yeah, he did hit a. He knocked down quite a few with one punch, but knockout. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he
he got
did hit.
through.
He hit a few. He hit a few with one punch.
Yeah, but then when he went to light heavyweight, it wasn't the same. I'm just talking about when he was in the
Well,
lower weight class, he had that one punch power.
yeah, Montel Griffin when he hit him with that goddamn hook, you know what I'm saying? That nigga
Oh
was up
yeah.
out of there. Yeah, when he hit him with that vicious ass, that shit was funny as hell, bro. That shit was funny as hell.
That nigga didn't know what the hell happened to his.
Hey, bro, nobody knows how he landed that damn punch because that shit came at a weird a weird ass angle because he dropped his hand and he brought that shit. That was a lead left hook. Bro, that was the
The
weirdest
same
hook I've
thing.
ever seen.
He hit damn James Tony with that lead left
I
when he
mean, but
sat
did
there
you
and,
see? But did you see how he threw it against
yeah,
Montel? Like, you know what I'm saying? He leaned into it like I was like, wow, bro. I mean, and Montel was leaning back when he got tapped with it. He got hit all the way
yeah,
while he was leaning back. I was like, what the hell?
yeah.
How
He
did he do
extradited
that?
that man. He extradited that man's trip to the ground.
Right, right.
But
Yeah, that
yeah,
shit was crazy. But yeah, this was a
nah.
good fight, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna, you know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
I'm
What
glad
up?
we said something. Did you see Brandon Lee get dropped? That shot that Brandon Lee took.
Buddy Lee. No,
Brandon Lee.
Oh,
Brandon Lee.
Brand. Oh,
I'm gonna put the video up, but boy, Brandon Lee got damn near knocked the hell out.
no, I didn't watch the I was driving, man. I only caught the
Man,
the main event.
I'm gonna put it up in the video, bro. Brandon Lee
Mm.
got almost got taken out in the early rounds, bro. It was like the second, third round. I can't remember which round it was, but he tried to throw one. Dude caught him so crisp and so clean, right? The man leg bent backwards, his head hit the ground. Like, bro, anybody else? Brandon Lee showed me he had heart right there. He got a unanimous decision. After that, he fought back to a unanimous decision. But anybody else that would have got hit by that shot
Mm.
was over with. You can look at it. It's on Twitter right now.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna go
Brandon
check
Lee
it out.
got flushed.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
I'm
out.
talking about that should have been the end of the fight.
Mm.
Boy,
But we're gonna
but
wrap this
damn.
one. We're gonna wrap this one up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get out of here early. I'm getting loaded here. And you know what I'm saying, we'll
Okay.
see you guys, you know what I'm saying, on the next one, you know what I'm saying. I'd like to thank Up for coming through. Film study. William already out of here, smooth wheel. You know what I'm saying? We got our post fight. G5. Make sure y'all subscribe to G5, man. T underscore 20, man. Thanks for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Yolanda, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming through. Don Sapansky, PGA PGH Big Dog, and thank you for coming through. And we're gonna be up out of here. Sorry, Dub, couldn't catch you. We'll catch you on the next time, Dub. You know what I'm saying? But till next time, man, I catch you guys in the next one, man. We up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Usually
to
we going
everybody
on
that
for,
came and supported.
yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Peace, y'all.
Peace.